So one of the metaphors in Scripture we see in the life of Jacob is that he wrestled with God, and he wrestled, but God won. How did God win in your life?
First of all, I'm glad he won. I'd say the time that really came to light was when I grew up in a strong Christian family, and I became very religious. And I'll never forget, we had a guest speaker come in and kind of challenged us. And I'm sitting there thinking, as he's talking to us, as I look around, it's the same people that we see 3 times a week in the same church, and this guy's asking us if we know who Jesus is. And I'm thinking, this guy wasn't given all the information. This is the same group that's here all the time, you know, and he was asking us if we had any idea. And he began to really question us of, you know, who is he to you? And I don't care what your pedigree is or what all you're doing. Who is he to you? And that night, it kept haunting me, and it was in my mind, and that's what I would consider wrestling with God, where I just couldn't get it off my mind, where I needed to have a conversation, and I needed to have some serious thought of who he is to me, and have I made that step? But I was really riding the coattails of my parents. I love the saying, you know, just because you're born in a garage, that doesn't make you a car. And I think that's really where I was. I was going through all the routine of religion, and there was no relationship there. And unfortunately, I snuck out of my room. My parents opened up the Bible and led me through the gospel and gave me an opportunity to respond for myself instead of just following along in the routine.
And so how did that change your life?
It then became real to me instead of routine. And at that point, even as a young kid, you know, I don't claim that I was walking through the halls of the public school system toting my Bible and preaching Scripture to people. That wasn't it, but all of a sudden there was a sense of rightness that that's where I was supposed to be, and then guidance through every day, and an opportunity to make the right decision, and the accountability of what I believe the Spirit's hand kind of gave me a slap in the back of the head when I started going in the direction that I wasn't supposed to be going. So it was just that ever-present guide, and then the peace and the joy. All that is the package deal that is given and promised to us in Scripture.
As a new Christian, what were some of the sins that you struggle with? And maybe as a older Christian, what are some of the sins that you struggle with?
How much time do we have? You know, I think that's a misconception for a lot of people when they come to Christ, and a lot of times it's a deterrent, I think. People feel they've got to have it all figured out before they make that step. And you know, they have the cart in front of the horse. I think what he's asking for is our lives, and for us to turn over and relinquish control, and then he begins to chip away at the stuff that shouldn't be there. It makes it real obvious to us. But to me, early on, just same kind of struggles as a young teenage male struggles with, the lust of life and the eyes, and the desire to serve myself. And I think that is very similar as a more mature Christian now, that you can continue to have to fight, at least I do, where you're constantly fighting the flesh and the things that you see. I think pride probably has crept in more than I wanted to, and it seems like that would be something that I'll fight the rest of my life, because it's just us as humans. That's part of that sinful nature that we're born with. It's about me, and that's not how we're designed to be in God's eyes. It's serving Him first and serving others. Yeah, we got to take care of ourselves, but that shouldn't be the focus of our existence. So I see that as something, as well as everything across the board, and I'm very, very conscious of the fact that as soon as I let my guard down in any area, I think we're setting ourselves up for trouble ahead. So try to stay locked in places and with people who are pushing me in the direction to make good decisions across the board. I don't think anybody's immune to anything if you let down your guard.